Now that we know the story, let us look back at the story and reflect on some of its central themes and ideas and what it is trying to tell us. So, first of all, the story, like I said right at the outset, is a story of personal loss and tragedy, which I don't think there's any living human on this planet who can deny that they will not have to face any day, any time in their life, right? So this is a story, or this is a situation which inevitably everyone has to face. Now, of course, in this case, Shambhu's father's death is untimely because we know that he's quite young, and the death is unforeseen, right? But this too is not a totally alien situation. We might It might have happened to us at some point or another in our life, or we might have seen our friends or our acquaintances going through this situation. And when as calamitous as a loved one's death strikes us, sometimes we are numbed. We do not know how to respond. And sometimes a death in the family can also alienate the other members of the family because they find it very difficult to express themselves. Some people just clam shut, and some people overexpress themselves. Some people try to escape. So, as a result, there's a lot of misunderstanding because each fails to understand the other's um, strategy or the other's impromptu manner of coping with grief. So, this is a kind of an archetypal situation. It's a universal situation. It can happen anywhere with anybody and in any family. And that is what R.K. Narayan, through the story, tries to tell us that this is a human situation. And through the characters of Shambhu and his mother, he's probably, they are representative of entire humanity, or the members of the family, of any family. They could be any family. They don't have to be set in South India or in an Indian village. It could be any family across the world. And both are avoiding this grief in their own way. And in the process, they are unable to empathize with each other in their bereavement, or as they are grieving or mourning their loss, which often happens when you lose someone, that you are not able to somehow, what the other person is doing appears to be wrong to us. So the empathy is the ability to understand the other person. So often we fail to do it, especially when we are struck by tragedy, when we are in a crisis. We don't know why a person is behaving mm, uh, in a particular manner, which happens in Shambhu and his mother's case. The mother is unable to understand why Shambhu has to keep watching his father's movie. And Shambhu does not understand why his mother just can't come with him to the theater, why she wouldn't want to watch the movie, right? And the whole narrative is a journey. It's a journey from evasion to confrontation. So it's an emotional journey for Shambhu and his mother. So from a state of avoiding loss to a state of accepting loss, to a state of accepting the reality and confronting the truth, and then moving on. Because once you have accepted this loss, once you have accepted that this is now the new reality, this is going to be the new normal now, you then find it easier to support, to reach out with other loved ones or other members of the family. And you also find it easier to get their emotional support. Uh, Till then, you are just in your own isolated individual bubble, trying to keep yourself in a shell and trying to do what you think is best. But sometimes what you think is best may not be the best approach. Like in this case, clearly, Shambhu and his mother can be very emotionally fulfilling, and they can mutually agree on supporting each other, which they do eventually.